Big up, everybody. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan, guys. And you know what it is. Smash those likes and subscribe. Sorry I'm late, guys. I created the stream, but I didn't check which profile I created it in. So I've been in my studio looking for the stream, and it was created in another studio. So it took me a while, guys. I'm really sorry that I'm late. But we're here now. The Call-In Show. We're live. I'm going to drop the link so you guys could come in and have your say. You know what it is. It's all about what your thoughts are, what's happening currently with the transfer window, what's going on with Man United, what are your thoughts on the game last night, and what are you thinking about the players in the thumbnail. Amad Diallo, and big up to what's going on. You know what happened. We all know what's happening. We all know how you feel. Let's talk about it. Hoyland, the likes, big up to those guys. You know, not a great performance last night. A lot of things to get into, of course. I got my buddy Temple Banks in the thing. You know what we talk about. My resident Real Madrid underground Man United fan. You know what I'm saying. So, guys, get in. Smash the like. Big up to bro.
Broski, man. Big up to everybody, man, that's going to lock in, man. And as you're coming in, also smash the like, subscribe as well. Big up to everybody, man. Bro, how you doing, Mark? How you doing, Mo? How you doing, man?
I'm stressed, bro. I'm stressed. You know, the performance, I wasn't too happy with it, bro, to be fully honest. I was feeling like, I mean, the first 60 minutes was a drab. We didn't really test, you know, this team like we should. We didn't control the game like we should. I felt like we are more. We are much more than what we showed in the first 60 minutes of the game. Of course, you know, we have seen a lot of games like that this season and last season. Though we were going through a trying time last season, I feel like this season is one of those things where, you know, if we had faced that situation previously, we might have lost this game completely, you know, in those 60 minutes. Yeah. But with the substitutions, various substitutions the coach made, the team improved. We got back into the game and we was able to get a last-minute victory. Big win, hat-trick from Amad Diallo. You know what I mean?
It's funny, Mark, how people, you know, are not giving Amorim his flowers. Because for me, that substitution he made, breaking in Harry Maguire and Eriksen, man, I'm sorry, man. Those were a kind of things whereby Eriksen will give to you. But one thing I would say generally is this, man. For me, I thought that game was going to be like your 4, 5, 6, based on the performance I saw against Liverpool and Arsenal. Now, going to that game, Amorim said something. He said, tomorrow is going to tell me more about my players. And these guys did not even decide we're going to prove him wrong. They proved him right because they went there and just do what they did. And honestly, it is crazy whereby I was seeing people talking about how flawless, how Hamad was, how great and blah, blah. I was like, guys, man, I watched the football as well. If I didn't watch the game, I'll be like, no, maybe I didn't see it. But I watched the game. Ahmad was not in the game until that when he started scoring goals. I'm sorry, man. Like I'm not having it. I will say it for what it is. All this hyping, I don't even understand or get where it comes from. Because yes, it's 1 minute. It started being in the game more. But also, they needed to bring in some players to make everything easy. And the manager for Southampton, you and I were watching the game. When he made that substitution, I knew he was making a very, very stupid situation, taking out Fernandes and Joe Aribo. And I think he took out, what's that guy's name again? Is this Suleiman? It was that kid's name that was giving Euro trouble. I think he took him out as well. But what I will say is this, like, I'm not having this thing where I come and tell you Ahmad is special, Ahmad is this. Bro, you guys scraped out results. Forget that it's 3-1. He scraped out results. Like, I will call it for what it is, man. I'm about going online right now. Madrid played yesterday. We won the game 5-2. Like, I will go online and rant right now because, yes, 5-2 might seem as if we dominate the game, but we played rubbish. But sometimes, man, this is one thing you need to do. Call it out for what it is, man. Because this is the same thing that will happen whereby you have a player play crap maybe in the first 80 minutes, then scores a goal in the 9 minutes. All of a sudden, he had a good game. Come on, man. Let's call it for what it is. Everybody were shit. Everybody were crap yesterday. I watched the game. Everybody were crap. The second half came lively because they brought in the likes of Zexi came in. Zexi came in, and Zexi for me, I would say, if there was something I would give man of the match for me yesterday, I'm sorry, it was Zexi. That guy came in and changed the game, man. He came in and changed the game. He got, and this is one thing he has over Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund waits for the ball. But yet again, now, I think people should shut up and come to understand that Zexi, when he said he was a 9.5, he know what he was talking about. Because you are seeing, you can see it for yourself. The way he carries the ball, the way he runs with the ball, you can see it that this guy is actually on the striker, like we think. So how are you comparing somebody that tells you I'm a 9.5 with a number 9? Because he's not a striker. And I could see the way he carries the ball. You can tell that this guy is not a striker. If you give him time to play as a 10, he's going to cook. If you give him time to play as a 10 in United, he's going to play football. Because in the whole of first half, what did we see from the likes of Bruno? You can say Bruno was not even with the game. Because I know when he took Kobe out, Bruno then dropped to 8. Then Ugarte was playing as a 10. Zexi was playing as a 10. And we could see what he was doing, man. We saw it like we could see for ourselves. And coming to those goals Ahmad scored, guys, man, people need to understand something. There's what they call playing with the ball, and there's what they call playing without the ball. It's in football. If you don't know, I made example about it, Mark, earlier in the season. I said, Mason Mount was one player, but you don't get to see him. You don't get to see him. But when you take him out, you'll see that the space becomes open. And I've seen players like that. Mikel Obi was like that. Sergio Busquets was like that. Whereby you don't get to see them on the game, but when you take them out, you can see that, no, something happened in this midfield. And that is what happened yesterday. There were runs that Anthony was making, but because now he was not with the ball, making the pass, it's crap. It's shit. The same thing as Garnacho. Someone was even saying he is going to take, what's his name? 25 million for Garnacho. A kid that is 20 years old. And for me, honestly, man, everybody yesterday were crap. They were all rubbish. I will not condone this nonsense of Ahmad is class. Ahmad is this. Yesterday he had a bad game. Let's call it for what it is. He had a bad. In my own opinion, I don't know about anybody else, but the game I watched yesterday, everybody were rubbish, including Ahmad. Yes, he scored, but I can say it that no, he was crap as well. Yet he scored. When he changed the game, you can put that to the entire team. So if you are putting Ahmad, the pass that Eriksen gave to Ahmad, what do you call that pass? Because no, I've not seen anybody say something about that pass that Eriksen made. Because
it was nice.
And the fact that, because for me, when I saw the manager bringing in on Eriksen and Maguire, I was like, this game is done already. Why are you bringing these guys? But he came in. But because people are just so, deal with this hype of Ahmad, they forget to understand that how about we give credit to the substitution this manager made? Because that substitution he made won the game. Mm-hmm. He won the game. Because everything was happening at Ahmad's corner. But when you look at the people that was under Ahmad, it was Ahmad, it was Anthony, it was Zexi, it was Eriksen. Now, when you see Ahmad scoring a goal, going to Anthony, so do you think it's just coincidence? Because when he scores, he goes to Anthony. Basically means there is something two of them might have discussed on how to go. And that's the honest truth, man. But for me, I'll say the way it is, man. Honestly, it's a very, very, it's a big win, but embarrassing performance. I'm sorry, man. It's a big win for United because that would have been an embarrassment whereby you have a team like Southampton that have not won an away game. They haven't won an away game. And if you don't know, go and check it. The corner kick they scored against United is the first they've scored this season.
100%.
So for me, I think it's a big win, 3 points needed, but from everybody was an embarrassing of a mass man,
Yeah,
honestly.
it wasn't all that great. Guys, great one is in the building. Ray MUFC is also here. Temba, before we go into full-on discussion, guys, I'll bring you guys in. But first, before we start the discussion, I'm going to bring this to the stage because it's the manager's press conference. So we're going to take a look at it. And we're gonna hear what the manager had to say today going into the game against Brighton. And then we'll discuss, right, guys? I think that will be a much more interesting, and then we could also incorporate your feels on the game from last night and stuff as well. So let's check out the manager's press conference, guys.
You just game gone just then. You came out early for the second half. Has there been a case yet or a game yet where you've got angry with the players at halftime, or you've had to get angry with them?
No, I think the best thing to help the players is to be calm. Try to explain what we need to change. Then we'll have time to be angry with them. I think, and I said that today, of course, we didn't play well. First half, we suffered a lot, but I felt some players tired. And when they are tired and trying, I have the responsibility to try to help them, sometimes to change them, and that is my part. So I came before the team because I had Anthony, and I wanted to explain the situation of Anthony, what I need from Anthony to go inside of the pitch. That was the only reason.
Just on Anthony, there's some speculation that he could leave on loan this month. Do you expect to keep him? Do you want to keep him?
Like I said, I want to keep my players. I'm focused on these players. I don't know what will going to happen this window. We'll see, but he did a good job today.
Hi, Ruben. Because you've come in mid-season with no time to train, do you think this is going to be how?
Man, say Anthony did a good job.
Yeah, I say no.
So we can get the summer and actually have some time with.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard until the end of the season. It's going to be a little bit at that roller coaster. Then depend of the time you have to train, and we are still in the cup, and we have UEFA games for Europa League. Then it's important also to focus on next Thursday to win and to try to be in that top 8. In that way, you can take 2 games from the schedule and have full week. So we are trying to do everything at the same time. So we had like 7 trainings together in this in 14, 15 games. So it's really hard, but we have to continue and try to win it. Sometimes playing good, sometimes playing bad.
That's where it's at first.
We'll try to win games.
Ruben, I sort of appreciate it's probably the most demanding and intense league in world football. But if the club bring the £50 million midfielder to the club, do you not expect that he can be able to play every 3 or 4 days? Talking about Agati, is it not a concern that he struggles to play back-to-back games in a tight space of time? Or is it just something he's going to have to learn to get fitter and adapt to?
The players will get used to that, to do that. I'm trying to be honest with you guys, and I talk about openly about the game, and you are focusing on what I said about Ugarte. Ugarte was tired because he did a great job against Liverpool, against Arsenal, and you see it. Maybe if you look at the game of Arsenal, maybe Ugarte and Bruno were the best players. Yeah, were the best players against Liverpool. They didn't play against Newcastle. I think that happened with all the players here in the Premier League. They can play, but they don't play the same way.
It's an adaptation for
I think so. And also, it's also my fault. Because if you lose the timing of the pressure, if I don't explain well, the pressure is always lost in that. And you feel it today. Mateus was with the number 7 was creating a lot of problems for Manu because Manu was running against 2 guys. So it's more my fault than his fault. He's going to get used to play in 3 days.
Ruben, just wondering, you're talking about the number of games that you've got coming up in a relatively short space of time.
You also talked about hoping to keep certain players. Is it difficult to prepare for those games in the transfer window, not necessarily knowing who will still be here at the end of the month?
No, of course, we have some. They are players they are our players, so we have control on that. We decide on that. Sometimes it's harder for the players because they have some informations, and sometimes and you can feel it in every team in any summer. It's like that. So for me, it's harder to prepare the games when we lose. When we win, we can manage everything, expectations, bad mood for some players. So we'll prepare the game in the same way. I'm just focused on the next game.
Is the lack of time at Carrington one of the reasons why you've struggled a little bit when it comes to set pieces? Because another goal from a corner today, is that something that you want to work on and get better on?
Everything, but today it was it seems like a simple header. So sometimes you are in the moment that everything is against you, but then in the end things change. We managed to win, but of course we need to improve. We play against the best team maybe in the world with set pieces. We did a very good job, and like I explained to your colleague, that this season is going to be like that, and we have to improve in all the areas of our game.
Last two, Pete and Fred.
Hi, Ruben. Are you concerned
Interesting
by
vibes.
Rasmus Højlund's lack of goals?
Interesting news.
There's no goals in 8 now. And not only that he's not getting the goals, he's not really getting as many chances as he has.
I think it's a team problem, and you can see it is not just from now; it's from the past. So we have clearly a lack of goal and a lack of threat. When you threat the opponents maybe don't press you so high. So everything is connected, and all the players have moments in this season. I think when we start this journey together, Rasmus was the player that always scoring. So he can come back in the next game. We will see. But I think it's more a team problem than the Rasmus problem.
Ruben, you were talking about investigating the reasons behind not being able to play the same level as against Arsenal and Liverpool games like this. Now we have Brighton. Do you think that maybe it's because this squad might be built or a better fit to be reactive and transitioning than taking the lead in matches?
I think this is something that you can see from the past, and we were in the past a team of transition, and we still are. And you can feel it. To create chances in the final third, we struggle a lot. But for that, I think is the most. I said it before the game. Is the most difficult moment to train is that against slow blocks, trying to create situations. So I think he's a team that feels more joy to play, waiting for the play, and then in transition creating problems. So it's something that we have to change. To change, we need training. So to have time to change, also we need to win games. We try to do that. Thank you, guys.
Interesting vibes, guys. Interesting from the manager. Of course, you guys are all here with me. Everyone in the chat was there. You guys all heard what happened, what the manager said. The link is pinned. If you want to come in and have your say, I will bring you in. You know what I mean? But since you guys just came in, I'll let Kenny have his say really quickly on what his thoughts on in general on what the manager said, or maybe one point that really stood out to him, what the manager said. And then we'll go to the great one. Of course, Bali Tech and Temba, you go after.
Your Mark,
Big up, bro.
your Mark, not too bad for me. It was a good answer to. He actually answered some good questions. I think he knows that. To be honest, it's pretty much. He said that it's pretty much going to be a lot of inconsistent gameplay in the next couple of games. So, and I like the fact that he basically indirectly calls out the poor gameplay, especially in the first half against Southampton. It's not just Amad Diallo. It's just literally everyone until 75 minutes. Even that Southampton even that Southampton head coach, he was saying that that they played well only for 75 minutes, which is actually oh my goodness. Like I honestly rewatched the game again, to be honest, just to see like what all just happened. And then boy, we got cooked by a bottom of the league Southampton. And I never thought that in I never thought that we would get a clean sheet, and my doubt came true, and we would concede from set piece. And I knew we would concede a really stupid own goal, in my opinion. But I think most people may say it's Zirkzee who changed the game. I absolutely hear it, but I think the main game changer was actually Toby Collier. I think Collier was the main game changer for me. He came into the game like we all say that like the midfield is won through midfield, and I think Collier is the one for me. I think Collier actually changed the game when when he took out Kobe Meno, Lenny. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know Lenny Euro is just 18 years old, so I'm not really gonna go hard on him because he's just new to the league. He just came back from injury and stuff like that. And but it doesn't change the fact that he got cooked by the what was that Southampton's left wing name? Was it
Dibbling.
Name? No, the other guy, the other one.
Okay, the
on
black
left
guy.
wing.
Is it Suleiman?
So yeah, Suleiman. Bro, the guy looks so rapid. He's quick. My goodness, he reminded me exactly like really similar to Vinny Jr. Really similar. Stylistically, we look pretty similar. I was like, bro, that guy is quick, rapid as well.
He was, for my opinion, guys, I'll be honest, I think definitely was one of those situations where we got away with it big time. But of course, I feel like it was one of those learning curves for Euro. He's going to be meeting some very top class players, and it's not going to always be a situation where it's going to be easy for him. He's going to have to work hard, and it's always good to meet these type of wingers. Big up to Royden in the building. Some of these wingers and stuff, they're really creative. They're different types. There's some who are really just pacey. There's some who can dribble well, but they're not that pacey. But when you meet the kind which are unique ones who have pace, power, dribbling ability all in one, and they know how to use it, it's a difficult ask. This guy controlled him like he was leading a cha-cha-cha dance, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there were also good performances. And I like how the manager highlights everything and says and explains it like, listen, the performances are up and down right now, but we are building. And while we're building, it's taking us some time. Some of the players will have good performance today. Some might be performing badly, but tomorrow they might be the top performers. So I think it's one of those things we have to keep looking at. This is why I keep saying, we should have patience. And even though we might think some players may not fit the system, it's sounding really like the manager is saying that the likes of Garnacho does fit his system. And in fact, is improving, and he likes the way he's improving. So I'm just thinking of that. I know you just came in, Royden, but the great one has a little bit to say, and then after I have to go to Bali Tech as well. So you're gonna have to hold on a little bit. So
No
be patient,
problem.
my
Sorry,
bro.
I'm late. I had a client.
Big up, bro. Great one.
Yo, big up everyone. Big up everyone. Listen, I have to agree with Temba. Like when he saw the game and the one player he picked out was trash, who he had to name drop was Ahmad. In my opinion, I would drop him for the next game. Like I have to agree with Temba. Like drop him for the next 3 games. He was trash. Maybe
Stop
even
being
send him on
sarcastic,
loan,
bro.
man. You get me?
Stop being sarcastic.
Like we can't deal with such a performance from Ahmad. Like
Get
drop
out
him.
of here.
Drop him. No, I have to agree with Temba.
Bro,
Temba like
react
saw
to the
all the
manager
players.
press conference as well
I'm
too
still
after your
speaking.
movement of
Like, it's
sarcasm.
my time.
I beg,
It's my time. It's my time. And then regarding the game, I think Man United fans we are so arrogant. I'm going to be real. We are so arrogant.
I agree.
Southampton
100%.
cooked Liverpool. Liverpool won the game by the skin of their teeth, bro. You get me? But we think we should get Southampton and beat them 6-0 when Liverpool, top of the league, couldn't do it. So we are so arrogant. We're like, how? How did this happen? Bro, did you watch the game where Liverpool won 3-2? Southampton
Did you know we
cooked
won
them.
3-0 earlier
No,
this
Liverpool
season?
won 3-2.
I don't care about Liverpool,
Man
bro.
City
We won
won
3-0.
1-0. Man City won 1-0.
In the last minute, right?
Yeah.
Who?
I
It
think
was
I
against
think that's
Southampton. I mean, the
Man
games against
City.
Southampton.
Yeah, I know.
Liverpool-
Man City beat them 1-0.
Exactly.
It was even
Why
last
are
minute.
Man United fans angry that we did not play well after us playing with 10 men against Arsenal and playing extra time? Of course, we are tired against a team that cooked Liverpool. I know they lost the game and they're bottom of the league, but they cooked Liverpool with Salah. You get me? So that's all, bro. It's not pettiness. I'm just agreeing.
No. You can't escape
I'm
without
not-
talking about what the manager said too as well, bro. You must pick a point and talk about what at least one point of what you reference of what he said. That strike you. You can't escape that one.
The manager said Anthony played well, obviously, and Temba said Ahmad played trash. So I would play Anthony the next 4 games.
I said everybody.
No, but the manager said Anthony played well. So
yeah, no
I
chill
said
today, bro.
everybody was trash. I said
All right,
everybody
bro.
was
All
trash.
right. I hear you.
no,
I
but
hear you.
it's a good point. Let's play Anthony. Oh, let's play Anthony.
That's
next
not
game,
what
you
we
get me?
say. That's not what
No,
Temba was saying
listen,
either,
listen.
bro.
Listen,
You know what I
Temba's
mean? I
time
feel
will
like
come.
you're being a little bit drastic there.
I'm
But-
not being interested. Like I during the stream and the first thing I hear is Ahmad was trash.
No, he was not saying that. He said everybody was.
No, I mean, but then
Before
when
the
I entered the
60th minute. I
stream,
know
that's
when
the
they
first
came
thing I
in,
heard.
that's what I hear, bro. I saw when they came in, bro.
We
Anyway.
don't mind him. Silly, great one.
Bali.
It's not being silly. I agree with you. He was trash. Let's drop him. Let's send him out on loan. I agree with you. Why are you?
Balite, go on.
Bali,
Go on.
we're saying, bro. I don't know if you catch most of the manager's press conference, but apart from what you think about the game,
This man,
you know the road.
Yo, have no fair Bally Takis here. Yeah, so what I want to say is obviously I think the manager was just addressing what he sees as flaws in the team, and he said the only way to rectify it is on the training ground, and I totally agree. I did earmark the February period because I believe that's when we can get the most consistent training sessions in. So from like now to like February time, I think you're going to see an uptick in our form and the way we play. And yeah, it's going to take time, guys. Yeah, obviously, like we see what we done to Liverpool, we see what we done to Arsenal. And then and the first thing is to jump the gun and think, yeah, bottom of the table, bottom of the league, Southampton, smash them, run over them. But you know what? Sometimes because I had to think about it logically, sometimes when you're fighting for your life, those teams that are fighting for their life and fighting to stay relevant, you have to understand there's so much on the line and so much at stake. If they go down, they're losing hundreds of millions in revenue. Like the type of money that us fans won't understand. Like it can literally kill their business overnight. Them dropping down out of the league. So at the end of the day, if we want to be realistic as fans, it was always going to be a hard game. They did give us a hard game. Shouts out to Suleimane. He cooked Euro. I can't recall a cooking like that. Like I haven't seen a cooking like that in years by a Man United player. And now I'm wanting to actually watch their games in order to scout this guy because of what I saw him do against Euro. No, it wasn't just that he was motoring past Euro. The first time he cooked him with a bit of trickery. And then I thought, oh, he moved to him there. But then, like, maybe 5-10 minutes later, he got the ball again. Then he outpaced him. Then Euro tried to do shoulder to shoulder with him. Then he showed more strength than Euro and motored past him. And I said, whoa, what is going on? Then every single time he got the ball, he was just cooking him. different ways of cooking him. He was cooking him. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not just that the guy's fast. The guy's got good. He's got a good left foot and a good right foot. He's very good at dribbling. He's good at trickery. He's got strength as well as the pace. So from what I saw, he's somebody that could definitely suit Manchester United, especially if Southampton fail to stay in the Premier League, as well as him and Diblin. Like, they will definitely strengthen our wing-back position, especially if we lose the likes of Rashford, Garnacho, and Anthony. And obviously we haven't replaced Jadon Sancho yet. So we've got a lot of space in the attacking areas, you could say, especially because Ahmad, in my opinion, has cemented his place at the moment. He looks like he cemented his place, especially if he keeps on with the types of performances that he showed yesterday. So long may that continue. I pray that he's going to get another hat-trick this calendar year, maybe another 2 or 3. Yeah, I just want him to keep up with this form. And yeah, I can't lie, like I'm proud of what he's doing at the moment, but I just want him to be consistent with it. I don't want him to score a hat-trick today and then the next game he just falls off, and then maybe for another 2-3 games he's off because he was on in the Southampton game. So he needs to just continue it. And then I'll be doing what Great One is doing, like Ahmad for the Ballon d'Or and all that. I'll be doing the same thing. So he needs to just carry on, bruv.
You know, but to be fair, bro, I won't lie. I'm here for it. I am here to put my hands up and say I was wrong. Because as a United fan, I don't know if man them having a laugh, right? But United winning, bro, I happy as can be, bro. I smiling. You know what I mean? You know when I be sour great. I mean, my brethren see it last night, bro. He see the pressure I was under last night and he jump on stream and help me. Body tech, bro. Pull up on me last night on the stream when he watch along. He was like, bro, you're dropping off, bro. I seen it. Yeah. And he come in, bro, and the vibe come back. I mean, the performance after 60, 70 minutes was starting to look more healthy. I'm being honest. We look a little lethargic, and I feel, you know, as the great one was saying, you know, we did play a 120 penalties with 10 men. Brothers must be tired for sure. And, you know, we are going again on Sunday and back again on Thursday because we have Rangers in the Europa League. So, Royden, lots to talk about. You know what I mean? The manager had some key points to say as well. So, your thoughts on the game, thoughts on the performance, manager had to say.
I have a saying that if a team plays as badly as we did and still pulls out a win, that's the sign of a good team. Suleiman, yes, I agree, he was fantastic, and I agree is somebody that he has to look at. In general, I thought the whole team weren't great at all from round about the first minute to the 82nd minute. Besides the few saves that Onana made, because if he didn't make those saves, we would have been 2 or 3-0 down, would have been a draw. So that is one of the key things. But I can see what Amorim is trying to do. And the thing is, it's not going to change overnight. Even if we do buy players and we bring players in January, there are still going to come games that are going to be hard because those players still need to come in and adapt. The system still need to get used to the system and stuff. But I do see a lot of positives. I do see us fighting more for the players are fighting more for each other. I see better passing, better communication. And when Ahmad scored, you could see the celebration in Amorim. You could see how he celebrated, and he was. It shows what it meant to him. And this is what we've got to see. We've got to see the players. All I want as a Man United fan is when the chips are down, when we are behind, we don't just throw in the towel and give up. That we keep fighting and we keep fighting and we keep fighting to the end. And this is why I say it. A team that doesn't play well but still gets the win is a sign of a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that, to be fair, Royden. You know, I looking at the game last night, I saw many negatives, but I also saw positives. Because while we had a terrible first half, everyone could agree, terrible. You know, by the standards of the last 2 games and the standards of the quality of players that we possess, we could have done a better job. While they did well against the likes of, you know, City, Liverpool, we dropped them up 3-0 at home with Erik Ten Hag. And that was a team that I felt was not as ready or as in match fitness as this current team. Now, while I would say that, you know, the manager's tactics and the way players are adapting to the system is quite interesting. Because, you know, I remember fans would be saying Ahmad was better at right wing back. But then a fan saying during the game, Ahmad need to move to the 10. You know, everybody say I don't like Ahmad, but I was always the one that's saying, bro, I'd rather him in the 10. I don't really like him at the right wing back because I feel like he doesn't be involved in the right part of the game where he need to be and to do his best work. You know? So for me, I look at it from a perspective where, you know, patience. I don't agree with the fact that we had Højlund become that main striker and lead the line. Of course, I understand the concept of, well, we pay 72 million for him, we're going to develop him. But it's the wrong route. When they brought Jay-Z, I was vehemently against it. And that was in the vein that I wanted an experienced striker to come, take over from Højlund, start more games so he could just come on. He don't have to be the one with the responsibility to get 20. You dig? And that wasn't the case. Now, we could slaughter him for it week in, week out. We could say he's trash week in, week out. And of course, he had some terrible performances. He was going good for a couple games. But now, he's not really proven to be, you know, as fortunate in some games as not. But what I could say is that I'm seeing certain different things that he's doing. He used to be just making runs and making the wrong runs. Now, in some instances, he's not making runs, but I feel like in those instances, he's choosing not to make runs rather than to just make a blind run. And maybe it might be the right choice, it may be the wrong choice. But what I think is that certainly one thing that he can learn with experience and time is which runs to make. Because I still feel that the passer of the ball have to interact with him and converse with him, like give him situations to stand as a standard, like ballparks. Like, bro, when I'm in this situation, you go far post, or you come near, you come short, or you go long. And Paul Scholes said it in an interview. He would love to play with these types of players, Ahmad, Garnacho, and Højlund up in front of him, because he would tell these youngsters when to come, when to go, what, and they will be given the right direction so they learn what is the right thing to do in the
but
right moment.
We don't have a Paul Scholes level midfielder.
Exactly. That's the problem.
If we did, yeah.
So them
and I'm
fellas
not being
advancement
funny,
gonna be on a train track.
People,
Accelerated.
there's no way we would have dropped into 14th if we did.
I agree. I think some of yesterday's performance that we see, that the reason why it was so bad, as I think that a lot of the players that started yesterday are looking a bit fatigued. I mean, you play Liverpool and then you go and play Arsenal, and you play Arsenal with 10 men for 60 minutes, and that puts it into you. And this comes down to what I said. We need squad depth. We need another DM to rotate with Ugarte, to also help Collier as well. Look, Collier is shining, but I still think we've got to be extremely careful with that young man. We've got to be so careful with him. And this is why I say we do need signings. We do need signings in January to bring in to help rotate the players, because if we don't, I can see us starting to start next season with a list of injuries again.
I mean, I wouldn't say that just yet, because we're going to have some of the players going to have some rest. I think Amorim, I don't know if people realize how much Amorim have cut out the media interaction and cut it to bare minimum. You know, Amorim press conferences start on time. They finish on time. And they don't never really exceed more than 16 minutes, bro. You know, there used to be 25-minute Ten Hag press conferences, 10 minutes a section. So this is a guy who prioritizing trying to get in time with coaching players, resting players, and doing all these things. So, Temba, I know you're saying things. I know a lot of guys it's misunderstand. But coming from you, having some young players, the likes of Ada Gula, the likes of a big money signing like Hendrick on your bench and stuff like that. We know what Hendrick is capable of. the first couple of the season. You remember what was going on with Hendrick, bro? You remember he wasn't doing so
You
well?
don't need to talk too much, man. Yesterday, I forgot I played the game yesterday. I played yesterday. I was winning the game comfortably. I was happy, like, yeah, let me just cruise. All of a sudden, it was 2-2. And it was to qualify for the next round. We had to go to extra time. The guys that came in to change the game was Sabobi Charlton, Adagule, and Vavede. They came in, bro, man. Those guys changed the game. And for me, I've been talking about this guy getting more games time because I believe they are good enough. I believe, like, I've seen enough to tell you that no, I don't think the way Hendrick or Adagule does not really get game time it's a good thing. I don't think so, because if you have people like Cardoso, you have Lemmy Yamal, Kubasi. These are kids as well playing in the El Clasico, bossing Madrid, and I've got talent on the bench as well. I know that they can go with these guys, and this manager is not using them. It pisses me off as well. But yet again, sometimes, like Hendrick, you have to tell me to calm down, because at first, what I was seeing, I was already getting angry. Right? Like, man, you were like, no, relax, it will come good. And ever since then, every game he has played, he has showcased his talent. He has never dropped a performances like it has only been 10 or 7 or 8. Yesterday, this guy came into the game whereby I was fuming already, because remember, I left your stream, say I will be back. I left because it was 2-2 now. I was fuming. So I went to watch the game. Then he came into the game. When Saboy chatting came now, bro, the guy just changed. And I'm going to change the game. In the second of extra time, that's when they came in. He had 2 assists. And I'm going now to what's his name? Bobby Chatting.
Brazilian Bobby.
Yeah, then they scored as well. So, like that's like right now, if you ask me, I would want to see a lot more. I love the kid. I would love to see a lot more from Hendrick and Adagule. Now, coming to United as well, I was on a stream earlier and I was asked if I would take Garnacho now. And I said no. And when I said no, I was binned that I rate the dude, but I will not take him. But they did not know the perspective I was coming from, because I was looking at it like this. Right now in my team, I still have kids that I want to see more of, but they are not getting game time. So why would I want to add Garnacho to it? Because for me, you rate Garnacho or you don't rate Garnacho. The fact alone that Napoli is coming for Garnacho to replace Kvaratskhelia means there are teams out there that still rate Garnacho, that still think that if we can have this dude, we can develop him like 4 or 5 years, it can be what we want. And I can tell you for sure, man, I see Garnacho, he has potentials. And I've always been saying it, that this kid has potentials. All he needs is a manager to coach him. And people will tell you, you can't coach Garnacho. I said, no, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like you cannot coach Garnacho. You can coach him. All you need to do is give him the advices. First of all, what happened? I'm going to put him on the bench 4 games on the bench. Because why? He was giving information, he turned back and left. Man made him understand that, bro, I'm the manager here, I'm the boss here. You take bench. He took bench. And ever since Garnacho came back from the bench, because one thing I don't like the media do is this thing of, when they put Garnacho and Rashford in the same conversation. Like, it's not a good thing, and it's not a good look. Because one player went and did interview. The other player decided, I am going to work hard. And Amorim said it himself. He said, the kid is angry at me. And he said, I love it. That's because he's trying now to prove him wrong. And we have seen it. And if you're a fan who does not have an agenda against a player, you will get to see Garnacho, yes, his game has changed. There's no way you will tell me you watch Garnacho under Ten Hag and the Garnacho you are seeing right now, it's not 2 different players. They are. At least this guy still passes the ball, still look for those passes on the I know he want to shoot. The goals he made assists for Bruno and Liverpool respectively. Garnacho under Ten Hag will cut the ball there and shoot. But right now, he's taking instructions. Now, people believe he cannot play as a 10. But the manager makes you understand that if I can work with this kid one season, he can do a job there. And now coming to Anthony, because one thing, like I said at the beginning of the show, and people don't get to realize, it's just like when Madrid played Dortmund or played Man City. I was fuming, saying, take Bellingham out. Bellingham was not in the game. And you had the manager after the game, he came out and said, Bellingham played really well. He did what I wanted him to do. Played really well. And that is the call playing with the ball and playing without the ball. And basically, the fact that people can watch the game yesterday, yes, like I said, everybody was trash. And I would hold on to it. Everybody was trash. Because I'm not going to have this thing whereby like great when started to make him say like, no, like he had a good game. No, everybody was trash. And Anthony also, that boy he lost whereby Garnacho gave to him. I think that is the only reason you can say, yes, it was rubbish. Because if you understand football very well, you could see the runs he was making. Even though he was not with the ball, he was making some runs that was drawing some players to him. It's either you want to like admit it or you want to still just stick to your point of just like it's crap. But for the manager to come out and say he did well, he played well, I think, man, he knows the best. For me, he knows what he's talking about. Some manager puts a player in the game, give him instruction. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. Go there, execute it. I've seen it. Murillo brought in Belarus against Barcelona. He took him off immediately because he sent him there to go and do something. He didn't do what he wanted to do. He took him out. The guy did not even last 2 minutes in the game. So sometimes football is about instruction, but you would never know this because now you want to see him dangling, playing all out, or like acting like the prime Ronaldinho. But yesterday, everybody was trash. And I don't think we should be here talking about how this player is good. No, like I said earlier, it was a good game. It was a big win, but embarrassing performance from everybody, guys. Everybody. Kudos to the likes of Zexi, Eriksen. Those guys came in and, changed that game. Including Harry Maguire as well.
Yeah, don't forget.
So that
do you know all I heard, Timber, is that you're basically training Bobby Charlton for Man United. So carry on.
Balitek, you're here again. Balitek.
Bali, I don't say it, but I think it's so I thank happy that you say it for me because I just feel like Hendrick coming home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't worry.
But
We will get the best out of his career.
know?
We will get the best out of his career. Just carry on training him, and then we will take him when he's like maybe 23, 24.
That is why I want him to play more games because I don't want him to get tempted. Because the likes of Adagule.
No, we'll get him on free transfer as well. Don't worry.
You get one.
We will wait. We will leave him there for 2-3 seasons.
Mark,
and right, how Madrid like to collect talents. How Madrid like to collect talents. Right as they bring in our next big young signing, United will swoop. And Perez go say, Perez will say, well, we just spent
not Adagule
right now. We go all our money, it's light, man. And then he go say, well, guys, I was always dreaming, and in my dreams I was always talk with Bobby. So
I
meant to be
straight up.
And the fans will just do this.
It's possible.
They will hug him. They will love him. And all you will be seeing is Hendrick in Premier League. But don't worry, bro. Time for that. Guys, interesting. Everybody have us. We had a real nice difference of opinions in different states and different players and different things that was going on with the team. If you watch the first and second goal, like David Moyes is saying, over and over again, you listen to the commentator and the crowd reaction, pure magic. And in that moment, you could see the hunger. And this is one of these things that is an example players had to have the hunger and movement. And for me, I could see a kind of secure attacking situation going on the right side. Because I would like to play Anthony at right wing back. I would really like to play Mazarawi at right centre back. You know what I mean? We get our left wing back. You have Ahmad in the 10. Bruno there. Garnacho could start or he could come on. You know what I mean? He could even play left wing back at some point. We have options. But we have an option on the right that when they play together, we're more potent. And I feel like this is what we're looking for. Now, if we will get to see more of this, it's left to be seen because, there's reports that players might be loaned, players might be leaving, players might be coming in. Of course, nothing actually has been happening. Drex has come in. I don't know what Drex's opinion is. I don't know if he made the press conference, if he was able to hear some of the manager's thoughts. But if you haven't, I could bring up one or two key moments that has been mentioned.
I heard the manager's press conference, right? But I
Okay,
will say this again. These all pinning players against each other of the same football club. I'm not a party to it, first of all.
True.
Everybody was crap in the first half. Nobody was apart. Say Onana was my man of the match. If anybody cares to know, apart from Onana, even the Onana, I still blame him a little bit for that goal. If he had positioned himself, but that aside, everybody was garbage. I think Bailey was here yesterday and I was saying it on the stream. Everybody was garbage. Like, there's a way to play. Now, you could put it on. I know the manager talked about a few players that were fatigued, and we saw it, right? We saw it even because I watched the second half after work. We sat down and I watched the second half. Okay. We saw that some of the players were fatigued, but come on, there's a way to play, bro. Not that way. I know somebody was saying, oh, United fans are feeling all about, they're feeling too entitled. Oh, they think Southampton drew with this person, or gave this person a hard time, so we shouldn't be expecting a walk in the park. Nobody was expecting a walk in the park. But what we were expecting was performance. What we were expecting was application. Not what we saw in the first half. Second half, yes, we bounced back. Ahmad took his opportunity very well. I felt like the third goal was a gift because although they played according to what the manager wanted them to play, put on the high press, and it happened, right? But all I've been hearing about is we played a game of two halves, but all I've been hearing about since the game is Garnacho and Ahmad. I'm like, why are we doing this? The manager has given us insight as to what is happening, right? The progress, like someone said, the progress is slow, right? But is that not what we're supposed to be expecting? Because don't forget, before this manager came in, a lot of people were saying a lot of people actually said these players are not good enough. Some sections said we're a manager away from winning the league, right? But I'm going to focus on the people that said a lot of these players are not good enough. Now there's a new manager. We all of a sudden want something to hit. They want change, bro. New manager, new style of play. It was bound to be slow. But one of the things I cannot take, and I did not take it then, and I will not take it now, it's the lethargy in which we use in playing this football game sometimes, bro. Like how do you? Okay, what? I don't understand. We played a Liverpool side, we played an Arsenal side, we played a Man City side. Are we now a small team trying to go toe to toe with big teams, and when we get to the small teams, we just relax and feel like, okay, game is done? That was my annoyance yesterday. Even when I watched the whole game, I'm like, okay, 3-1, we won, okay, but we shouldn't be putting fans through this thing. It's not an entitlement thing. It's not. We could have played that game the way we've set up to play with enough desire and still end up drawing that game, and I will feel okay. So when people come and tell us, oh, we are not. Nobody's saying we are not entitled. We're just saying play to give us performance. Don't be doing the yo-yo thing, bro. This roller coaster is too much. One day you're playing as though you're the best team in the league. The next day you're playing like dross, bro.
Bro,
we came from behind to beat the Man City side. I know people will say Man City are going through a rough time now, but okay, we held that we came from behind to get a point. We should have won that game against Liverpool. We played Arsenal. These are games that people didn't give us a chance. But we went there and we did not just go there as underdogs. We went there and we exerted our kind of game. So why do we have to play that dross we saw in the first half against Southampton? Second half was much better because Southampton knew that, okay, this game is gone. They were looking to kill the game in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They couldn't do it. Okay, you know what? Let's fall back and let's do the low block. According to the manager, which I saw it, he says when these guys are playing a low block, it's a little bit more difficult. And I like the introduction of Anthony. It gave Ahmad, I think it was, I don't know who was saying it in the group, it gave Ahmad a little bit of breathing space, freedom, because there was no more 3-1. It was more of 2-1. Ahmad had time to actually run at Walker Peters. But in the first half, it was more like 3. When he had the ball, it was 3 men. Because even Mazraoui was not offering anything in terms of the overlap and all of that. But when Anthony came on, by default, 2 men went to Anthony, gave Ahmad that freedom. So whilst we want to clap or whilst we want to sing Ahmad's praise, which I'm not saying don't do that, but also give it to the manager because he saw what was happening and
I agree with that.
And the player that he brought on was able to influence the game as well.
100%.
Exactly.
If I was on the pitch when Anthony missed that chance, I would have used his head to hit the post.
No, I probably would have do it too, bro. As a teammate, I mean, really, I might have kicked him.
At that point,
I might have walked up and I wanted to mark it. But you know, when I say that, Jackson, I know why you say that too.
Let me just land because I'm just trying to tell you that it was. I'm not trying to make people feel like okay, Anthony was a shining light. No, I'm just saying he had his own time. But we should give kudos to the manager and give kudos to Ahmad, which people are doing. But don't rubbish Garnacho. Garnacho had a torrid time in the first half. I came on live and I was in the first half. I was like, get this. But when I looked at the game again, he had a tough time as well. Ahmad had a tough time in his first half. Every time Garnacho had the ball, they were closing him down. And we all know how Garnacho is. He doesn't have close control when he's under pressure. That's his downside. He needs to work on that one. Does that make him a bad player? No.
Just needs more time.
Ahmad is more flair and tricky. Ahmad can go away with a bet. In the first half, we saw he couldn't do anything. Until the manager had to introduce Anthony, where the freedom was there. It was one-on-one, and he could do his thing. Kudos to the kid, bro. Kudos to him. The second goal from that ball from Eriksen.
Bro.
The goal and the assist, bro. The assist was good, but that goal, to score that goal like that one time, bro, it reminds me of when he came on the pitch and they gave him that ball and he just headed it past the goalkeeper. I think that was his first game for United under Ole. That's what he reminded me of. So everybody contributed to everybody saw the first half and knew that okay, we played rubbish because at the end of the first half, the fans were booing. To tell you how bad it was, the fans were booing their players, bro.
100%.
So when I was coming online and when I'm feeling bad, like the fans were booing their own players at the end of the first half. So these guys, they knew something was not happening, something was wrong, so they had to come correct it. And the manager did his bit. The players had to take it on. But I saw the lethargy in Maino. I saw the lethargy even in what's this guy that's been playing so good for us? Ugarte. Mazraoui as well. Yeah,
they all look tired, bro.
Yeah, they all look tired.
Ugarte as well. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Bro, see, when I came on first half, I was saying United lack intelligent players, bro. I watched Zexi played, and the defense did not know what was happening again. The minute Zexi came on the pitch, Southampton defense just lost it. They just say, you know what? If this guy continues at this rate, we're going to lose this game. Let's just go back. Let's just go back because Zexi came on and was doing his tricks, and I'm like, okay, this is what we need because in the first half we saw that Suleiman guy was doing his thing against Euro. And our defense was having a hard time. Zexi came on, did exactly the same thing, and I was like, yo, so if we could do this, then we have killers. We have people that can put the final nail on the coffin. We just need intelligence up front.
I'm telling you, and to be fair, you know what I would say, guys? It's a good all-round notification of the squad. You know, we will have ups and downs. You know, we will see good games, good performances, but we might also see bad performances. The positive out of that is that we came out with a win. We scored 3 goals. You know, whether Ahmad scored the 3 goals or we shared it around, we scored 3 goals. And I feel like, you know, we should take that as a positive to an extent because the manager just come. It's only been like 2 months now. It's not really been that long. You know what I mean? The 15th of November is the 17th of January. It's just 2 months. Yeah. Lots of games in between. Almost about 17 games he played in between that time. Something like that. There's a lot of games. So for me, it was always going to be difficult for the team to find that consistency, for players to find that consistency, especially with the rotation. You know what I mean? Of course, there are some players who showing advancement in the adaptation more so than others. Rasmus on the lower level, Ahmad on the highest front. You know, at the same time, I feel like there's a team of players that finally coming together. And the only thing we can really do is back this team a little bit, back this manager, and take pride in the fact that maybe this is a long preseason, and we still probably might win a cup or play in a cup final, because I don't think we're gonna finish lower than 8th this season. That's just my honest opinion. With the current trajectory that we're on, I think we have Brighton, Crystal Palace next, and then
No, it's Brighton, Fulham.
Brighton, Fulham, Crystal Palace.
Fulham. Yeah.
Brighton, Fulham, Crystal Palace. Look at that, guys. That's a run of games where, with a good bit of luck, hard work, and some effort, we could be seeing 6 to 9 points. And it's not unrealistic to say that.
Sorry to interject. Let me just say the reason why I was upset yesterday on the first half. Do you know if we were playing a more clinical side, would have been down like 3 goals?
Probably.
And all of the. I'm just saying if it's a conditional statement, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yes. It does.
I mean, for me,
that would even
I
when
agree,
Ahmad
yeah.
did his thing, it would have been a point.
Probably.
If
we were more clinical yesterday, the reason why I wouldn't say it like that, because if we were more
because we are playing a Brighton.
Ahmad score earlier on in the game, Garnacho score, Anthony score, we'd be up 3-0. That's just how I feel.
Saying this because we are playing Brighton next. So if this
we are playing Brighton, and I'm going to talk about the clinicality here. It's just that I want to do the match preview a little bit later on, so I didn't want to get into the whole Brighton game right now. I'm planning for us to do the match preview in like 2 hours if you guys have time, or if not, we could do it tomorrow morning. I don't know what you guys saying.
I'm ready.
So we could do it tonight. So like about 7:30 UK, 8 o'clock. Good time.
Yep.
We'll be back at that time, guys.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I didn't expect the manager's press conference to be today. I thought it was going to be in the morning. So that kind of changed the stream a little bit. But guys, thank you for being here. Big up to Bali Tech, big up to Royden, big up to Drex, big up to Sachiv. Guys, please check out Kenny Fan TV. Go check out his reactions. Brilliant guy. Is my brethren. Treat him nicely. Big up to the great one for being here. And of course, Football Fan Zone, my brethren, Timber Banks. Treat him nice. Support the thing. And D-Hub Sports, he's always a Teta #1 fan when he coming in and stream off his phone. I don't know what's going on. But here what's going on. Right? He need to work on that. Because I just be seeing the Ateta, and I don't even look down to the name now. I just be seeing that thing, and every time I see that aura thing, I just think Ateta, bro. I just wanted to know. You know what I mean? I apologize.
They know anybody that sees that knows who the person is, bro. I'm a Teta #1 fan, bro. They need to give him a lifetime contract. What are you kidding me?
I mean,
We got
that's not
bigger
me.
fish to
That's not
fry
me.
and all that.
But Temba, this one's
Yeah.
for you. You know what I mean? This one is for you. Guys,
It's true, man.
big up to everybody watching. Hope you have a wonderful evening, guys. We'll be back later on in just about 2 hours for, the match preview for Brighton. Everyone on the panel will be there. Come in, join us, have your say as well. Get in the comments. And if you're not in the live section, please leave your comment either way. We love to read these comments and interact with them. Big up to all of you. Don't forget to smash a like and share it around. Road to 3K is here. Let's get there by Sunday. Let's try hard. Make a push, guys. Come on. Help your boy Mark N. And big up to everyone. Thank you for being here. And we out.
Big up.
Pick up.
Baby.